rooms until the wee hours, some of them. And, Carvin was gracious enough to get a suite and have a lot of people up to trade and try meads last year. It was amazing. I missed out on some of them, so we'll see if I can get there earlier this year. But, it's just really cool because there's so many people. Bobby Slans is getting a suite. So he's going to be inviting people to come and trade and try meads. So there's all kinds of mead swapping that goes on. I was able to get AJ and Hamish with me and Bruce with me over to sample all of Ken's meads last year.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ken's meads are so good. Yeah.
You're going to have a great mead experience. And one final thing about comp, because this is like one of my pet peeves, because I literally want to strangle the judges when I have this argument with them. If you make a mead that has a lot of berries in it, for the love of God, please put mixed berries on it.
Yeah.
Because if I sit across the table from one more judge who tells me they can't taste all the berries, I will be on CNN from stabbing them with a pin.
Oh my God.
I can't take it anymore. So you are saving another judge's life by just putting mixed berries. If somebody puts 6 berries in a mead, how the hell you taste 6 berries?
I know, right?
Nobody got that kind of palate.
Well, I know.
Maybe Pete.
Well, Pete does, but yeah, he's the only person on the planet that does. But yeah, I love it when I see the descriptions and they say raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, aronia berries, cranberries, mulberries, and like
For the love of God, put
goji
mixed berries.
berries, and it's like seriously.
That's my final thing about comps. That's one of my pet peeves right there.
All right, you talked earlier about how you're doing a lot with session meads, and we've had other folks on talking about session meads, but I'm really curious about what you're doing with them.
Um, you know, I'm a big fan of Eric Lowe and his gang down there at Meridian Hive, and I can't wait for. I think the stuff that Jason is going to put out at Ancient Fire is going to be awesome. I've had some of his session stuff too as well. So, I drive my inspiration. I draw my inspiration from those two. I'm pretty much following that same mold. I might do a little bit more stuff up front than them, so far as different tannins, different adjustments. I know Eric does a lot of that with his session meads, but I target an ABV, I ferment dry, I back sweeten, I stabilize, I carb it up. It's not too much to it. Those are my turn and burn type meads. It's just something that I just love to have on tap all the time. Anytime I do fruit or spice additions to those, it's always in the secondary. One primary is done, and it always works great for me. It's good stuff. With the favorite around here being, I know it's crazy, but they just love the cucumber lime in this house.
Oh.
I posted that recipe on the Me Makers group, but that's a crowd pleaser in this house. It never does well in comps, but it's like one of those needs. It's just like it's just you're either gonna love or hate cucumber.
Oh, I love.
It's kind of like buckwheat. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. One or two. There's no in between with buckwheat.
Sergio's cucumber was divine, and I didn't realize you'd posted the recipe, so I'm going to go snatch it. And when cucumbers come into season here in a couple of months, I'll be going to the farmer's market. So. But yeah, and
Man,
I love the lime idea. It's great.
I've never have gone to a store and not seen a damn cucumber.
Oh no, they always have them at the store, but I don't know where they're coming from. I'd rather wait until they're growing them locally. That's just a thing for me. But besides, by then I'll have my temperature control thing set up. My husband informed me the other day that he's like, we have a chest freezer. I'm like, great, we can convert it to a temperature controlled mead fermenter. And he's like, wait, what? He thought it was going to be a freezer.
It's a great summertime mead.
Yeah, well,
it's
exactly.
a great summertime mead.
And that's
I totally
what I
have
was
to try that.
Yeah, I figured I'd pitch that after the Mazer Cup was over.
That's one of the few meads that I do. That's one of the few session meads where I put everything in primary. I've never had luck putting the cucumber and lime. Well, I've made it. It just tastes different. It's just completely different for that particular veggie combo.
Interesting.
Veggies are weird anyway. They're like wannabe fruit. It's like the kids who hung around the cool kids. It's like there's vegetable, there's cucumber. Pear and apple don't want you here. So you got to work hard with veggies.
What's the thing though? Technically, cucumber's fruit and rhubarb's a vegetable, so
Jaden is asking, can you describe the cucumber lime mouthfeel and depth of flavor?
Well, mouthfeel is going to depend on the mead maker. You can completely change the mouthfeel of a mead by the yeast that you use, by the tannins that you put in. So that's all for me. That's part of recipe design.
Okay.
The flavor. I'm using a lot of cucumbers. I think I'm using like 6 pounds of cucumbers per gallon or something like that.
Dang.
So the flavor is crazy. I'm also putting the lime juice in primary too as well. So
I'm thinking, key lime juice is popular around here, and I'm thinking, ooh, that might be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, play around with it. So, there's a great base recipe out there on the Modern Mead Makers group, and feel free to send me any questions about it. I know a couple of people in the group have made it. I know. I know Warren's made it. A couple guys in my home club have made it. So it's tested per se. And Lord knows how many times I've made it. I've made it for at least 5-6 years.
Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful summer mead. I think I'm going to have to make a batch of that for my friends.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, thank you for posting that, Carvin. That's really awesome. Yeah, I constantly nag Sergio as to whether he's going to release his cucumber mead, because I bought it the last time he had it out there, and it was just the best thing ever. And he didn't do it this year. Or last year, I should say. So I don't know if it's going to happen in 2018.
Sergio is a wonderful mead maker.
He is.
I think he gets overlooked in the mead game sometimes, but the man makes great mead, and his meads are consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about his mead. His flavor profiles are always consistent. He's a great mead maker. It's these little new kids on the block. They're making great mead. You got the Sergios, you got the Jasons, you got the John Talkingtons. All these guys make great mead. People always say, Carvin, are you going pro? I'm like, hell no. I don't want to compete with them people. I just sit here in my house, no.
And it's not like you don't.
I worked my whole life.
I was going to say, it's not like you don't have a great business that does what you need it to do and lets you do what you want to do. That's amazing.
Yeah, if I wanted to donate money, I'm just going to adopt another kid.
There you go.
But no.
Watch what you say there. You'll have mead makers begging 100%. You to adopt them. Carvin, will you adopt me?
Please.
Don't tempt me. I got a lot of trees that need to be planted on my new property. So, I'll definitely adopt some 20-year-olds. 20-year-olds right now.
There you
But,
go. All right,
I
all
can
you
honestly
20-year-old
say-
mead makers out there, remember he said this. I heard it. It was live.
I got a free place for you to stay, and there's mead in my guest room.
Yep, and all you have to do
want
is
to take some
plant.
holes.
All you have to do is plant trees and follow directions, and it's just like easy.
And be friends with the Dobermans.
And be friends with the Dobermans, yeah.
Yeah, I can honestly say that I will never, and I do mean never, open up a mead.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Carvin. People have been asking me that for 25 years, and I'm going, no, I'm having way too much monitoring and being the Barbara Walters to the industry. It's such a blast. Jaden says he can have his papers by Wednesday. So. He's in Canada. So.
Working visa.
Yeah.
He can get a green card,
I
I'm
Canada
sure.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of my kids live in Canada. So I actually go to Canada a lot. It's one of my favorite places.
Canada's a neat place. I've been there forever. I got to get up and see AJ. That's next time I
meet Van Helsing.
Yeah, meet Van Helsing. Yeah, and it may be that before Australia, the way things are going. If I can learn to breathe, then I won't be flying 28 hours to Australia.
Well, before we get too late in the evening, do we have any questions from any members?
All right, guys, here's your chance. Ask Carvin questions.
I'm pulling a Ryan.
There you go. Ryan, you got any questions?
Oh, I'm all good actually. But thanks for asking.
I got one. How do you manage your fruit? Do you do fruit bag or free run, or juicing, or how do you manage fruit?
All of the above.
Okay.
So for like strawberries, because they turn to mush so quickly, I'll put them in a bag. But most of my berries, I'll just throw right into the fermenter. It doesn't bother me with the little loss that I have. Once again, I'm not trying to open a meter or whatever, so the little loss doesn't bother me that much, and I don't mind. I also, one of the things I like to do is I like to juice a certain percentage of fruits, especially like the light berries, like the Marionberry or boysenberry. I'll juice a few pounds of them just to enhance the color a little bit. I find it helps with extraction. Also tend to probably going to get hate mail on this one, but I tend to finish my meats a little bit on the high side. So when the meats have just about finish fermenting, I'll ramp the temperature up on my conicals. Sometimes I'll go all the way up to 78, 80 degrees with fruit in there.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay,
so that's only at the end of fermentation you raise the temperature?
Yeah.
Yeah. All your flavor profiles, at least from my experience, they have developed by then. So I'm just trying to see if I can extract more color.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay.
But I also use, for dark fruit, I use Opti Red too, and I think that helps a lot with stabilizing the color too as well, at least in my opinion.
Interesting.
Have you much experience with heat versus not heat when it comes to doing color extraction? Because when I started doing fermenting, I started with wines, and the instructions I was following said to boil your sugar with your water and pour it over the fruit, let it cool, add your yeast. And I found that I got better color than by just adding the fruit to cooled honey water. I'm just wondering if anybody else has found the same thing, or if anyone else has ever tried.
I haven't tried, but I will say that, and I think I did a post about this, in anticipation for potentially doing a talk next year at NHC. One of the things that I've been working on is trying to come up with yeast strains that people can ferment above 70 degrees and still make great mead.
Yes.
So,